Well, we take one awesome double eagle product off of the bench and we had a new one. Now, this took a little bit while to get here. This was ordered from JK Army in Hong Kong. This is the FN Herstal FN509 Tactical from, you know, the likes of Cybergun, but more importantly, from the likes of Double Eagle Airsoft. So with how well they've been doing with their gas blowback products to date, I'm very excited for this. So we're going to take a look. This came from JK Army. I didn't get any import on it. It was lower valued compared to my normal orders. However, you know, they did just leave it at the front door, so they didn't really deliver it properly. But we're going to open this up here. We got a couple of stickers as usual. Is that a sticker that I have? Don't think I do. Not seeing it. So one of these can go on the bench as always. It angers some people, the fact that I've got stickers all over my bench, but you know, it can't be that bad because a lot of other YouTubers are starting to do the same thing. Not that I'm saying that I come up with it, but you can go up here next to the other JK Army sticker. So just got to deal with it. So the other sticker I'm going to throw in with a random order this week. So if you get it, make sure to let everyone know in the comments that you got it. So it's just a little freebie. It's a cat wearing quad nods, you know, with an M4. So good stuff. More importantly, to the pistol, we've got a couple of little pamphlets in here. The first one is a parts list. We saw this on other products that they do. Lists all the part numbers. We don't quite yet know what the part support is going to be like from Double Eagle. I haven't seen anything in particular. We get the usual Cybergun FN manual, all the important bits here and there. And there is something that does concern me a little bit about this pistol, but we'll get to that in just a moment. We have the pistol itself. It comes in a plastic bag, zip-locked, which is a nice change from just shoving it in a plastic bag and sending it. And there it is, the 509. We've got FN Herstal markings. We've got the caliber markings. We've got 509. We have a serial number on the plate on the bottom. FN markings on the grip there. On the grip there. We do have an F mark here. So I imagine that's so they can import it into Germany. Licensed by FN Herstal, and it's a very cool looking pistol, isn't it? More on that in a moment. Also in the box, we get one gas magazine. This is a green gas magazine. The thing that does concern me with this mag, like I said previously, it's there's no channel here. So are we going to have problems filling this magazine? Now, the reason there's no channel here is I imagine it's more realistic, but you've also got this little notch on here, which has a pretty cool little feature. So more on that in a moment. We have in this little bag some screws. I imagine that's for fitting a red dot. We have a plate here, which looks like a plate for the back of the pistol. And we get some normal height iron sights. So these have, I think they've got little pieces of fibre optic in the back and in the front. So a couple of little bits and pieces here. Let's put this back in the bag for now. And we get another little baggie under here, which in this one, we get a different back strap, which is smaller. So it does have an S on the back there for small. We get a cover for the, an RMR cover for the top. So I imagine that's if you don't want to fit anything and you don't want this sort of guard at the back, which guards the rear iron sight. And we also get, I imagine, this is an adapter plate for an RMR. So maybe that coincides with this piece. Really don't know. Yeah, that sits in there like that. So maybe that's an adapter plate of some kind. who knows? We'll find out eventually, won't we? So the pistol, let's get this all over to one side here. It's a gas blowback pistol. It has a polymer frame, a metal top slide. This piece on the top of the slide here, I believe, is plastic as well. We've got raised iron sights fitted straight out of the box. We also have a threaded barrel, which makes it the tactical, I suppose, with a 14mm counterclockwise thread. Put the pistol in. We've got slide release and mag release on both sides, and what's interesting about this, you don't have to switch it over. It is ambidextrous out the box. No parts needed to be changed or fitted. So if you're a left-handed shooter, you're gonna get on with this. Slide release, again, found up on both sides. And the first thing I'll say when picking this up, this is extremely comfortable. It's very grippy, so the textures that are on the grip, you can notice them, but it's not, you know, it's not rough to the touch where it's uncomfortable. And this pistol is actually really comfortable. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I do have other FN pistols. I thought I had one in here, but again, there it is. My old VFC FNX 45, and this is a big grip on this pistol. It's not the most comfortable, shall we say. Now, this is a breath of fresh air, so very, very cool indeed. If we want to change the hop on this pistol, just like any other pistol, lock it to the rear. Got a little pull tab down here, which is very smooth, doesn't get stuck like some pistols. Drop the slide forward, and we can push it off the front there. And changing the hop, I believe you can do this with the slide off and on, because it's got that dual wheel system, which you should be able to actuate from the ejection port. But how easy that is to do is yet to be seen. So we pull out the guide rod and spring. We can pull out the barrel. We do have to take the barrel thread protector off. We can slide that out here. The blowback unit actually uses like a piston style design, not the usual. So basically with these nozzles, they usually fit over a piston that's inside the blowback housing. This is using a system that not many pistols use. Some do. You'll see it on the GHK G17. I can't remember with the FNX 45. And this is a different manufacturer, so I think this was the same. Yeah, so the piston is on the nozzle and the blowback housing is basically the chamber. So interesting choice they've gone for there. I suppose we'll see how well it does. Pulling the nozzle forward. It does spring back, but not like super snappy. So I'm hoping that means that it's got a very good air seal. Looks really well made. The nozzle looks really nice, to be honest. The mouldings and everything on it. Looks very sharp indeed. Not sharp as it's going to hurt you, but sharp as on point. So we can pull the inner out of the outer barrel here. We've seen pistol hops before. It's kind of mimicking like what the Marui system. Well, I'm sure it was Marui that came up with it first. And I imagine you push the wheel down for more hop. You push the wheel up for less. Now you might struggle to do that when it's in the pistol because there's not a lot of space. We'll test that in just a moment. Outer barrel, very nondescript, very funny shape to it. 9x19 on the top. We can slide this back into the slide. Put the thread protector back on. You do have a little piece here which should pop out, but that's basically just to capture this spring and the guide rod. We'll just push this in here. With a lot of pistols, you might see me do that with a lot of pistols. Sometimes it's easier to take out if you just pull this system back. As you'll see, I got it in much easier than I got it out. Slide that back on. And there we go. Nice, user friendly. We lock it to the rear. I can't quite get my finger in there. I have got big hands, but you could very easily, you know, get like a little screwdriver. It's very easy to change it with a tool like that without having to strip the pistol down, which is good. Because if you do strip the pistol down, you'll have to strip the whole barrel out to get to that hot wheel. Otherwise, you're just using a tool as well in that fashion. Now, the valve is situated just below the inlet valve is situated just below the outlet valve, much like how VFC does it. Can we pop this base plate off the bottom? Let's give it a go. Yeah, we can. We just push that in. This will slide off. Very unique looking design there. It almost looks like VFC with the 3 screws on the base plate. I think they do that on their Glocks. Unless it's leaking, you never should have to worry about using or taking the base plate off. We've got some propane. We're going to charge it on the back here. Just holding it down, hopefully it fills up. It does seem to back vent a little bit, which is good. And before we test it, let's test the trigger. Slide is nice and smooth. You do get that little bump on the hammer, and I did notice that you've actually got some kind of bearing or roller on that side, which I haven't seen before. So usually they just have a little notch on the blowback unit, but they've actually used a roller there, so that might help it a little bit. But the slide, apart from it notching on the hammer, is very smooth. The trigger, you've got a trigger safety, so pushing the bottom part of the trigger like this moves it out the way and enables you to pull it. It is quite a long take up before you get to the wall. There's the wall, crisp brake, reset. It's not bad at all. Now on the brake, it's a little bit crunchy. Not the best trigger in the world, not the worst trigger in the world, but you know, hopefully it does all right. So we've got propane in the mag. We're just going to dry fire it for now. And we'll see what the blowback action is like. Hardly any gas in there. Let's just give it another purge. Doesn't seem to be accepting much gas at all. It's not a good sign, is it? So it's not accepting gas for some reason. This is a fresh can of propane. So we could have a blocked inlet valve, I'm not too sure. Yeah, it's not accepting any gas. It's not a good start. I was hoping, I had so much good hopes for this thing. This could be an anomaly because, as you guys know, I always seem to get the problematic guns. Pulled the valve out with it, so something trippy might be going on with the valve here. What we can do while we're doing this is we can pull the mag apart and see what's going on inside. You'd like to think that this isn't how the pistol normally performs, because well, you wouldn't ship it out, would you, if it was performing like that. Let's see if we can take this base plate off and have a look inside, see what's going on. I'm hoping I am the anomaly here, and this isn't how they normally are. If you have one of these pistols, let everybody know down in the comments below your experience with it. I will test the valve in just a moment. I just want to have a look inside. We do have, what's strange, is we've got an extended tube like that, but we don't have a fill valve in the bottom. So what purpose does that serve? That has perplexed me, because usually you would have that if the inlet valve's at the bottom to limit the amount of gas. We're getting 3 shots out of it, so I'm just going to go ahead and see if we can take this thing off. Yeah, we can. Really nice threads on that, look at that. Look at the machining on that. Very fine thread. Again, nothing at the bottom, so I don't really see the point, but we'll give it a go. That seal is completely dry, so what we're going to do is we're going to apply some lube to the base plate itself. Take the seal, put that on, and then we're going to apply some more around the seal. And that's all taken out. It could just be a case of I've got a faulty valve. It wouldn't be the first time I've had that on a pistol, but I can't remember what pistol that was. I think it was actually an AAP01, you know. I can't quite remember. But I did have a mag where it just wouldn't fill, and I was scratching my head with it. So I bought some extra mags and they filled fine, and I ended up pulling the valve out. It was either an AAP01 or it was a WE pistol of some kind, and yeah, the valve was faulty. So we're going to take a look here and see and test the valve, make sure it's letting through the gas. We haven't had any problems with any other of the Double Eagle gas magazines in terms of filling it. Pop the base plate back on. Right, let's see what's going on with this. See what kind of flow through we get. Plenty of flow through. So we'll put this valve back in. Not the way I thought this video was going to go. I thought, oh bloody hell, Double Eagle's been on such a roll. This pistol's going to be great. And then I could compare it to, like, you know, the likes of the VFC pistols that I've bought in the past, and Double Eagle getting it right. And I had this whole spiel because I had high hopes, but it did sound like it took a bit more gas. We're just going to purge it. But it's, again, that's empty. So why? Is it one of those mags that just takes a while to fill? It just doesn't seem like it's accepting gas. Could we possibly try taking out that O-ring? Maybe that might work. This has dumbfounded me. I have ordered a bunch of these mags, so when I ordered the pistol, the mags weren't available. If you're wondering what I'm doing, we're basically doing a little trick sometimes I used to do to try and get as much gas in as possible. I have ordered a bunch of these. They weren't available when I ordered the pistol, but I went on to JK Army the week after and they had the mags, so I've ordered the mags as well as some other goodies. And yeah, it's a dud. I just can't understand The valve works, it's letting through gas. There's a big chamber in there. So I don't understand. I don't understand. Right, apologies for that little blip there, but basically I've just been trying everything with this valve just to see. I changed some parts out with another valve to see if it helped. It didn't, and then I've just literally cleaned everything and put it back together, and it seems to be working better now. I could just have a bit of a dud of a magazine, so just bear that in mind. But at the moment, it seems to be working, so woohoo! Yeah, so my suspicions were correct. When you've been doing this as long as I have, it's you come across things like this every once in a blue moon, but it was just something weird going on with the inlet valve. I'll have to keep an eye on this and just keep, flushing gas through. It could just be a bit of crap or debris from when they're manufactured. These things probably get, manufactured in the tens of thousands. So we can get back onto it. So you'll have seen it firing there. Nice strong blowback action. So what I'm going to do, because I have gassed this thing up like 20 times, it is freezing cold. I'm going to give it a fair chance. I'm just going to gas it and I'm going to leave it for like an hour and then come back. Because I don't think it'll be fair. Other pistols where I've took them out of the box, you gas them up the first time you use them, the mags are generally nice and warm. This is freezing cold because I've just gassed it like 20 times. So for you guys, it's going to be no time at all. But for me, it's going to be about an hour or two. So we're back in a bit and then we'll carry on with this review after that little interruption. Right, everyone. It's been about an hour. I'm back. The magazine's at room temperature. It's still not like warm, but it's better than it was. So we're going to carry on with this review of the FN509 from Double Eagle EMG and Cybergun. I think it seems to function nice. We did a bit of test fire shooting in the last part. However, we're going to see if we can feed some rounds into this thing. How we fill this thing, I don't know. It didn't come with any kind of mag adapter. You can't pull the spring down because it's not like a conventional magazine like this, where you can just pull it down, feed it in the bottom. So we'll see. Let's get some 0.3 gram BBs because that's what we use on this show. If you want the files to these BB boxes, you can find them in the Jaeger Precision Discord, in the in the description below even. So how are we filling this thing? Do they want you to use like a normal style speed loader adapter? Do I have one? Not sure. So I have all these funky adapters. I wonder. Oh, can you imagine? No, we couldn't have wrote that if we tried. So the FN509 pistol from Double Eagle, EMG and Cybergun. If you've got a Marui MWS and you've got a Jaeger Precision easy loader for your MWS magazines, the white one, this will perfectly fill your 509 magazines. Oh man, it's like the universe is aligned and everything's just, oh God, I have no words. That wasn't scripted at all. I just thought I'd try it. So, we've got it locked and loaded. Chrono, 0.3 gram BBs. So bear in mind, this has been gassed up. It's just been left for an hour to go back to normal after our little diversion, shall we call it. We've just had a BB fall out, so that normally tells you what you want to do. Like the AAPO ones, is we want to put a little bit of hop on because it's not holding the BB in the barrel. Right, best way to test this, load a BB and just check. We should still have it there, which we do, which means the hot rubber is holding the BB. Here we go, shot number one. Woo! Yeah, it's livened up now. We're at 0.981 joules on a 0.3. 0.912 joules on a 0.3. 0.917, 256 FPS with a 0.3 gram BB. So about 0.9 joules, which is what you think for a pistol. And now this is gassed properly, and it's come back up to room temperature, which is about 10, 15 degrees here. It's livened up, so let's give it a couple of shots. And there you have it. We are cooking. Got more mags on the way for this thing, so we'll have to test the magazines as well to make sure that it's not just like a bit. It could be just, like I say, I just don't stress this enough. It could just be, as these valves have been machined, because they get machined on a machine, there could have just been a bit of swarf in there. I just blew that out, and now it seems okay. So don't expect that this is going to happen with your 509. However, you know, a lot of people out there that want to show Double Eagle. I mean, I love Double Eagle as a company, but there's people out there that want to show companies in good light no matter what, that would have just erased all that footage and just gone from the start and gone, yeah, this pistol's brilliant, buy it. You guys know me, you know my style. If it happens on the bench, it stays on the bench, and you guys are going to see it. Now, there might be a few cuts where I'm doing random stuff, like you don't want to see me taking this valve apart 16 times over the course of 20 minutes. So I tend to cut those bits out just because viewer retention is quite important. If you have watched to the end, I appreciate every single last one of you. This is quite cool. I love the fact that yeah, I was really, like, I don't know how else you'd load this. Are they expecting you to load it one by one? You can get one in if you do that. I'm going to have to update the description on these ease loaders now. Works with the Double Eagle FN509. I think they hold 21 rounds. Always, when you're filling a mag like that, you always strip the top round out because you don't want to damage your nozzle. Can we do another mag? Asking a little bit too much there. I think I've got 14 rounds there, so 35, 36-ish rounds on a gas fill. Put a quick squirt of gas in, see if we can sort the rest of these BBs out. There was only 3 left. Perhaps I miscounted. So yeah, very cool. Oh, it says 17 BBs magazine, so it's only 17 rounds. I could have sworn that somewhere it said 21. Yeah, there. I am not imagining it. I can't read French, but 21 bills, to me, seems like 21 BBs. This could be a manual that they've used for something else, so I'm going to leave it there because this is a super long video. I know you guys want to get back to whatever it is that you're doing there. Hopefully, on the Ag Precision Discord, come and give us a chat. What do you think of this? I think it's really cool. We'll do a second video on it where we try some of the bits and pieces, maybe try putting a red dot sight on, try the different back straps, although the one that comes in the box, which is the medium. So you get a medium and a small, you don't get a large. And yeah, it's very tactical. It's actually a really small pistol. It might not seem it, but you know, Glock 17 Gen 4 there, it's a little bit smaller. So it's sort of between, I'd say it's like a halfway between a 19 and a 17, like a 17.5 or something. I don't know how the numerals work with Glock, to be honest with you. Going off on a tangent now, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you've all had a good day. Happy Tuesday. Hope you like the pistol. And as always, leave comments down below, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Check out the link in the description. Join the Jaeger Precision Discord. Join the Jaeger community. You can find the files for the BB boxes and the load tool boxes free of charge on the Discord channel. And someone in their order this week is going to get a sticker. I'm also going to be sending out a bunch of random ones, which yeah, you guys might like it, might not like it. Some of you might get one, some of you might not. We'll see how I feel during the week. And yeah, as always, from me and Bench, we'll see you in the next one.